Sound is everywhere. Let it be the birds chirping early in the morning or all the ruckus when you're cooking. Sound is everywhere. And sound poetry is just that. Sound poetry is an artistic form that bridges literary and musical composition. The phonetic aspects of human speech are foregrounded instead of more conventional semantic and syntactic values. In other words, verse without words. By definition, sound poetry is intended primarily for performance. So think about a classical orchestral piece or a modern pop song. Sound is used as sound poetry.
Alliteration and Assonance. Alliteration, the repetition of the same consonant sound at the beginning of successive words. Alliteration is split into two different types. Initial alliteration, the beginning of the words start with the same spelling and sound, and internal, or called hidden alliteration. The sound of the words are repeated but is not seen through the spelling. Assonance, the repetition of the same vowel sound. Same as alliteration, it can either be initial or internal. Alliteration and assonance both slow the reader down and catches their attention, meaning that alliteration and assonance can be obvious, and so it shouldn't be used recklessly. Now on to rhyme. There are many different types of rhyme, but the general definition for a rhyme is when two or more words or phrases contain an identical or similar vowel sound and the consonant sounds that follow the vowel sound are identical. Exact rhyme. Sounds following the vowel sound are the same. Slant rhyme. Final consonant sounds are the same, but the vowel sounds are different. Consonants. A kind of slant rhyme. The rhyme words / phrases have the same beginning and ending consonant sounds, but a different vowel. End rhyme. Rhyming occurs at the end of a line. Internal rhyme. Rhyming occurs within a line. Masculine rhyme. Words that stress its one syllable or last syllable. Feminine rhyme. Words that don't stress its last syllable. I rhyme. Spelling looks alike, but sounds different. Or, as you can say, the pronunciation of the words are different. Other vocab words. Onomatopoeia, an attempt to represent a thing or action by a word that imitates the sounds associated with it. Examples are zoom, whiz, crash, bang, ding-dong, pitter-patter, yakety-yak. New formalists. Poets that have begun to use rhyme after the fall of its usage in the 1960s. These poets include rhyme and meter in their poems to present unusual contemporary subjects. They also sometimes write poems that recollect, converse, and argue with the poetry of the past.
Tennyson, in a memoir of her life on a plantation in East Africa, tells how some Kikuyu tribesmen reacted to their first time of hearing rhyme verse. In her memoir, she writes, "Speak again, speak like rain. Why they should feel verse to be like rain, I do not know. It must have been, however, an expression of applause, since in Africa, rain is always longed for and welcomed." The tribesmen had discovered that poetry, like music, appeals to the ear, and that the sound of words in itself gives pleasure. However limited it may be in comparison with the sound of an orchestra, words are still music to the ears. And although words by themselves create sound, it is the context and the addition of other words that produce a full song. Think about it like this. A word is equivalent to one musical note, and many words, with the right choices and combinations, create a melodic piece. The sounds of letters alone do not unleash the full potential it has on the meaning, but rather a symphony of consonants and vowels effectively convey the effect of a poem. Now let's look at a poem called Come Down, O Maid by Tennyson. Myriads of reveilles hurry through the lawn, the moan of doves and immemorial elms, and murmuring of innumerable bees. So, where in this short poem is euphony exhibited? Well, first, we gotta know what a euphony is. In poetry, euphony is described as the harmonious effect when the sounds of the words connect with the meaning in a way pleasing to the ear and mind. An example is found in Tennyson's lines, "The moan of doves in immemorial elms, and murmuring of innumerable bees." The words with the N and M sound flow smoothly together. Alliteration is also very consistent throughout this short poem. The alliteration of the words with N and M create a very serene tone. Now let's switch gears and look at something maybe not so pleasant to the ears. Let's look at Jabberwocky by Lewis Carroll. Quote, "Beware the Jabberwock, my son, the jaws that bite, the claws that catch, the frumious bandersnatch." Now let's see how cacophony is exhibited in the short excerpt. In contrast to euphony, cacophony is often described as a harsh, discordant sound often mirroring the meaning of the context in which it is used. There are many contrasting and clashing consonant sounds in the excerpt. "Beware the Jabberwock" and "jaws that bite." There's alliteration of sharp sounds as well, such as "claws that catch." All these loud sounds convey the tone of urgency and desperation. Now let's see. Cacophony and euphonies are opposites. Think of cacophony as an abstract piece of painting with vivid and ornate colors all over the place, when compared to, let's say, a Renaissance painting that's very serene and mellow in their colors.